Hello and welcome, friends. Thanks for being here with us today. I'm here with my co-pilot, Debbie Morrow. Debbie, say hello.
Hi, guys.
All right, so we have two special guests with us today. We have Lee and Randy from Town Sites. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some things within your business and how to automate them, how to delegate them, how to leverage them, and how to create traffic that comes inbound to you. Lee, I would love to pass you the mic and ask you to introduce yourself. Same with Randy, and then we can get right into all about Town Sites.
Awesome. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate it, and thanks for the opportunity to talk a little bit about town sites and really it's all about standing out in your community and trying to beat the game. I mean, that really like Zillow, Realtor.com, Realty.com, all those sites, people are going to go there and look for properties. And how are you going to stand out locally? You really need to really, and I know it's like the phrase is kind of corny, but you really need to be the digital mayor of your town, and that's really what Town Sites is all about. It's a way to help you stand out, and we provide hyper local content, and we just keep adding more and more and more stuff, uh, and really help you stand out locally. And that's basically what we do, and it's kind of like local content on steroids.
I love it. Lee, the last thing I want to ask you before we bring Randy on is I'd like you to share a little bit more about how you got here, because I think your story is fantastic and
Yeah,
there's a reason why Town Sites is what it is today.
yeah. Absolutely. Well, I mean, I'll go way back. I was born, no, I'm just kidding. That's a little too far. Uh, in 2009, I had a huge mortgage company and I got my clock cleaned. I lost everything. I was on my hands and knees praying to God, saying, please, what can I do? And this is a true story. And we had created a little applet to help. My mortgage company created a little applet to help real estate agents negotiate short sales, and we gave it to like 10 or 12 real estate agents. And one agent came and went to me and said, Lee, you need to turn this into a software company. And lo and behold, our first company, Short Sale Commander, was born. And then we turned it into a full transaction management. And it was called Realty Commander. And then from, penniless, and it wasn't that bad, but it felt like it at the time. And then in 2016, we sold to Showing Time. So it was great, and they actually used the product. They turned it into a offers portal, and it's currently being used by Zillow right now because Zillow bought Showing Time. So that's a little bit of history. And then in 2019-20, I saw my wife struggling in real estate. There was always that other agent that was all over the place. And I said, I want to create a hyper local website. And it was a lot of work. I mean, I was writing articles, helping her, and it was just way too much. And then AI happened about, 18 months ago, and that changed everything. And the light bulb went off. And I'm like, I can have a town site in every city across the country and have agents stand out to be the go-to in their community. And that's when we really forged forward, and we really leveraged all the latest technology. And my partner Nick, who he's the real life Doogie Howser, he helped us to really put together a lot of technology to make this product what it is today.
I love it. Thanks, Lee. Randy, you want to say hi?
Hello, everybody. I'll give you the same thing so you guys know what I do. And sorry if I'm a little distracted. I have a hot water heater being put in. My kid's about to come home from school. My cat's going bananas and my wife's sick. So deal with me on this one. Um, I worked with Lee, building up Realty Commander, and I went on to a company called Lion Desk and wound up being one of the co-founders of that company, which was one of the fastest growing CRMs in the real estate industry. I worked with everyday agents. I worked with brokerages and franchises and MLSs and associations. And we grew that. It was one of the fastest growing prop tech companies of its time. It was acquired by Lone Wolf. And then from there, after that acquisition, I went on to advise other prop tech companies. My specialty, I would say, is like I understand the agents. I understand the problems that they have and how to use technology to bridge those gaps. So, over the last few years, I evaluated well over 100 different prop tech companies that were coming out at the time, and really helping these companies kind of navigate the waters on how to create easy solutions that solve big problems. And we have only had AI for not even 2 years at this point that's public facing with ChatGPT. And I just don't think that people really realize that the entire landscape in how you do business and how you conduct business, um, it's not going to be the same. ChatGPT is literally just the tip of the iceberg. What's coming out now is all of these other interconnective tissues that are allowing all of these things to be built on top of each other. And you got to get ahead of it now. Those of you who are here today, those of you who are starting to play with it, that's fantastic. But you need to accelerate your learning on this stuff sooner rather than later. I can tell you that the general population, right, aren't utilizing 3/4 of this. So we're kind of in the AOL phase, I think, of AI. So now is that opportunity to learn these skills. And the cool thing is these new models and the way that this stuff is done, you don't have to have the technical background and you don't have to know how to code, but you do have to use your brain and figure out ways in which to make these things all work for you, because you're going to be able to put out a lot more stuff. You're going to be able to get a lot more done without necessarily needing human oversight to all of this, which makes our lives easier. But if you don't get on the bandwagon, you're going to miss it because you're going to be too far behind. And you really only have to be 1 or 2% ahead of everybody else, in my personal opinion, in any space, to take advantage of it the way that you should. So I'm excited to share with you kind of like how to create this content at scale and what all it can do for you.
I love it. Thanks, Randy. All right, guys. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you real time. We're not going to show you a bunch of slides. We're not going to go through theories. We're literally going to go into Debbie's account and show you real time what we're doing, how it works, what some of the options are. And then we'll go into Q&A and chat. So Lee, I'm going to follow your lead. What's next?
Yeah, absolutely. But before I do that, I want to show one of the pieces with town sites is you get, we create a digital avatar, and our technology is just really off the charts. And I wanted to play just like a 9-second or 12-second of Debbie here. Let's see here.
You have a digital
You guys
Debbie?
can
This is so
see.
exciting.
You guys can see. So when we just did this, so we did this, we just got this done like this morning. So this is, and how much time did you really put into this, Debbie? You just went outside and I think you said you were nervous to even do it, but this is how good this turned out. So this is good. This is like an example of the technology that will be in a way running your town site. So when we get into the product, I'll reference back to this, but just take a look at this real quick.
Hey everyone, it's Debbie Morrow. Well, actually, it's my town site's twin. And I'm so excited for everyone to see how this works because it's so cool.
So that was just a little snippet, and I'm going to show you a little bit more in a little bit, but I was really, I was super excited when that came by today. One of my coworkers took care of it, and she sent it in my inbox. So I was like, it needs to be done by 3:30. So she got it done. So all right, so I'm gonna share my screen here. Before I show Debbie's, I'm gonna just show another website here. So this is one of our partners, Dennis and Melinda King. They have they're in Puyallup. I don't even know if I pronounce it right. It's the funniest sounding name, but they're in Washington State. And can everyone see this okay? If I can get like a thumbs up, good.
Yes.
So one of the cool things, and Debbie's site just went live, so she doesn't have some of this yet. But one of the cool things about the town site is we're creating all this content at mass scale for you, but we're also allowing you to bring on partners, and that's why I wanted to show this. So Dennis and Melinda have brought on all these different partners, and you can see property management, HVAC, pressure washer, home builder, flooring installation. So in essence, what they've done is they've created a digital BNI group, networking group, and we're combining the latest and greatest technology of AI with old-fashioned belly-to-belly networking, and you can kind of see how them being co-contributors to the site, you're building a whole network of professionals in your community. As I keep scrolling down, here's a couple sample articles. And we do a lot of stuff about the community, and they're kind of like guides. So like, and because these are the things that are going to be evergreen stuff, what we do is we read a lot of evergreen articles. And what evergreen article is, that's an article that's going to stand the test of time. And so when we build your site, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to figure out what are the 20 most searched topics in your community. And we're going to write, not only going to write one article about that, but we're going to write multiple articles, and we're going to backlink those articles. So guess what? When people are searching for, tips, tips to live in Puyallup, articles like this are going to show up. And this goes and shows the demographics, cost of living, so all these different things. So these are the types of articles that we write for you in your town site. Let's go over to Debbie's now real quick. So this is Debbie's, and this, once again, this just went live, and you can see some of the latest news. So we're already writing for Memorial Weekend. So so we're talking about like different items and things to do for Memorial Day. So like we're trying to do stuff that's really going to stand out in her community moving forward.
So Lee, can I just say something that when I looked at my town site last Friday and saw an article that said there was a craft fair. I live in this little teeny tiny town, and a craft fair is usually 10 vendors or whatever, but our mall was hosting a craft fair this past weekend, and it said the article said there were over 50 vendors, and I was like, wait, what? I have to go to this. And my sister said, well, you wrote the article. I was like, yeah, I wrote that.
That's hilarious. So I just went to content articles. So these are the content articles, and you've only been on for like maybe 30 days. And so this shows all the articles that we've written. So as you keep scrolling down, we're going to take the articles and we're going to turn them into social posts, and we're going to post those on your social. We're going to also do the local events, all local places in your community. So here's all like local things of interest. Then we're going to also have local deals. Now, I know that, and then we will have your real estate listings showing up as well, but I don't think you have those connected because you're still waiting to get your MLS stuff finalized in New Mexico. So that's why she doesn't have that there. But let me take you here and show you Puyallup, and you can see his home listings. So all the home listings will show up right there. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go in and show you guys one of the cool features of TownSite. So I'm going to go in the back office. Just bear with me a second. Here we go. So I'm going to go into the, we have article writer. So I want to show you how easy it is to actually write an article, an industry specific article. So it's kind of called our interview session. And what we've done is we've taken technology, and one of the big things with town sites is we really want to focus on your Google profile. We want everything to show up and rank on Google. And one of the best ways to do that is to write industry specific articles. So with our interview session, it's super easy to do, and you literally can write a professional article in 3 or 4 minutes. And let me show you how without even typing. So you click I'm ready, and then you click a category you're familiar with. Obviously, Debbie's real estate agent, so we're going to click real estate agent. We also have all the different professions. So for your partners, so if you have a plumber, financial planner, moving company, no matter what other profession, we have this built in. And this stuff isn't even mandatory, but this is like something, an added bonus. If you spend 1 hour a month and do this, you're going to have multiple articles that are going to rank on Google. So let's just go real estate agent, hit select. And now there's all these topics, and all these topics, we've already built in all of the proper keywords to have them optimize on Google. So so I went ahead and I think I chose, what did I choose here? First time home buyers. So let's see, okay, here we go. Tips for first time home buyers. And so all you do is you can just hit start recording and talk right into your computer and answer the questions. But what I did, and let me show you what I did, is I went ahead and typed some answers. So I'm going to put them in here real quick so you can see how fast this is. So here's my answers. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste. This is just for saving time. Here's the second question. How important is it for first-time homebuyers to get pre-approved? I'm going to put the response in, and this is the real time doing a demo.
And Lee, the answers that you're pulling, did they come from ChatGPT or did you type them in yourself?
I did it. I cannot tell a lie. I did it from ChatGPT. So, so I'm going to paste in the third answer. But it'd be better if you just talk right into the computer and do this yourself. So it's save and continue. So I just answered 3 questions, and now it's going to write an article, and I want to do it as a news report, call it tips for first-time home buyers. I hit next step, and boom, it's going to create an outline for me right now. And it'll just take, about 30 seconds, and it'll come up with a couple title ideas. Here we go. Expert insights, overcoming challenges for first-time home buyers. Hit generate article, done. So now our technologies, pulling the answers, creating an article, grabbing images, and doing all of that stuff. So that's how easy it is to do. One of the really cool features of a town site is that we have a digital newsletter. And what it is, it's just a weekly roundup of everything that's happened in your community. And so we're going to send this newsletter out every week. And you can see we take all the articles that we've written, the social posts, social media stuff, homes for sale. You don't have any homes here, so this will just be blank. And all you do is you just set it, you upload your database and you set it, and it'll automatically send out a digital newsletter to your database, and it's super easy to upload that. So it's really all done with a kind of the click of a mouse. So it's super, super easy to do. Let's see what else we have here.
Hey, Lee, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Guys, if you're writing a newsletter right now and sending it out and it's a pain point for you, will you drop a 1 in the chat? I want to know who's actually sending out a newsletter on a regular basis, whether it's about real estate, whether it's about community, whatever you're doing. I'd love to know who's actually doing it. Debbie? Who else have we got? Anybody else writing newsletters on a regular basis? No. Okay.
And
Who
what's
wants
cool
to write a
about-
newsletter? Let me ask the question a different route. All
I
right.
think most people want to write a newsletter, but and they'll do it for 1 month and they'll never do it again because it's a pain in the ass.
So let's move back a little bit here and talk a little bit about the why, right? I think that everybody needs to understand this. I am sure all of you guys have a website for your real estate business. And I'm about 98% sure that that website maybe has your face on it. Maybe it's a template that your brokerage has given you. Maybe there's a place to search homes. My question to you is how many of you guys would spend more than 5 minutes on your own site? And that is one of the biggest problems. There's no real reason for people to spend time on most of the templated websites that are out there that are provided at a brokerage level. They're IDX enabled, right? Real estate isn't transactional in the sense of buying a cup of coffee. Years go by, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. At this point, it's looking like that trend's going to increase even more so. They're talking about 10 years, right? Especially with the rates the way that they are. In order to get attention from people, you need to provide lots of value. Just because you got in front of somebody doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to use you again. I'm sure that you guys have helped people buy or sell homes before, and the agent didn't choose you guys again. Happens all the time. I think like to about 40% of all US based real estate agents. That's a big problem. Why? It's because you lost touch of them. Okay. And in a CRM environment, the whole goal is to stay top of mind with them. Well, what do we send them? This was one of the biggest problems that we had, or our clients had when we were in the CRM business. They didn't know what to send. And you can only send things. What people do is they send the wrong stuff, right? Like, don't forget to turn back your clocks when everybody has a cell phone that automatically back, right? You need to provide valuable content and valuable information basis. I'm a 43, 42. I don't know how old I am, somewhere in there. You don't need to tell me how to clean my gutters in springtime. I know how to do that. And I know that YouTube could also teach me relatively quickly. But what I don't know about is where to put my kid in summer school or in summer camp come the end of the year, because that's coming up, right? I don't know where to go to the Easter egg hunt to take my kid or to go picking pumpkins, around Halloween or the farmer's market, right? Your job as real estate agents are to help people find homes, right? And what you're selling is these communities in which you live in. If you want to stand out, you need to flood the internet with as much content as you possibly can. And this tool is allowing you to create all of this content at scale so you have things to share because you guys don't have enough time. Your jobs have gotten tremendously harder over the last 10 years. 10 years ago, you didn't have to make TikTok reels and jump around like a crazy person with a camera and do all of this stuff, right? You didn't have to do those types of things. You could send out letters. Now you guys have way more stuff on your plate that you're expected to do. And to be honest with you, some of us just aren't good at it, right? Me included. I'm not the greatest at making reels, and doing dances and things like that to get attention, nor do I really want to. So what are you guys doing and what strategy are you using to provide tons and tons of value to your database and to attract new business to you? The other issue is lead cost. Lead acquisition cost is damn near doubling just about every couple of years. And the conversion rates are at an all-time low. So I think that some of us who've been in the business a long time remembers when we used to be able to buy Zillow leads for 50 cents, a dollar, right? Now they're coming after a third of your commission on their programs. There's a lot of other stuff out there. Google pay-per-click. I wish that we could all go back in time and buy all of those leads for 5 cents a click on Google saying homes for sale in Ann Arbor, Michigan, but I can't, right? If I had, I'd have a database of 20,000 people and I would just drip them regularly and I would know that I would close 250,000, $500,000 in GCI, right? I don't. So I need a new way to attract business to me, right? The lead generation game is getting harder and harder and harder. So what are we going to do to win, right? The other problem is when you play that game, when you're playing the I'm just going to buy leads from Zillow or from Realtor.com or from Facebook, it's a game of chase. right? You have to chase those leads. These aren't people who know you, trust you, or even like you, right? That's a harder client to chase down. That's why they ghost us all the time. I hear it every day. I'm buying all these leads and nobody's calling me back. Nobody's texting me back. You want to be able to attract the business to you, right? And you do that by providing lots of valuable confirmation or lots of valuable information, right? I would learn if Sam was creating all kinds of content about her community and she was posting it in the community Facebook groups and it was out there, more than likely I would stumble on it, right? I would consume one piece of content. What the algorithm does is now it starts showing me more of Sam's stuff. Bang, more, right? Before you know it, I click on one of the articles because I want to know where to put my kid in summer school, right? So that we have something to do. I go to your page, I look at it. Oh, there's also where to go, where to take your significant other um, for happy hour on a Friday on a budget. That's something else that I might consume, right? We like to do those types of things. The idea is you become the loudest voice in your community by flooding the internet with as much content as you can. And our robots will do it for you. That's why all of this stuff matters, right? It's this consistency. When people hit your website, you can now retarget them on Facebook. We've all talked about something, been on a website, and then it follows us around, right? That's called the invisible list. One of the most valuable and most impressive ways to market today, because you don't have to send them another email that they're not going to open, right? You're going to be in front of them once a quarter. But if you're not creating content at scale, somebody else is going to do this. And in my community specifically, I told this story the last time. My brother is actually the mayor of my town that I live in. Okay, like for real. He went into politics, I went into business. My brother is not the most well-known person in this town. The person who's the most well-known in this town, quite frankly, is a guy named Eric Meldrum. And Eric has uh, a, a Facebook group called Brighton Happenings, which is where I live. And all day long, people are saying, hey, who's a plumber? What's going on? Why is the road closed? He's posting stuff. There's a big freeway construction thing going by the neighborhood, right? He has become the voice of this community by utilizing this exact strategy. He's only been in the business for, I believe, 4 years. He has no real estate background. He's gotten so big that he had to build a team to give all of his because they were attracted to him. And now he's become a little bit of a celebrity where I see pictures of him now all the time when other people see him at the grocery store with his family taking selfies and then posting that in the group, right? And it's all because he utilized one strategy, right? And that was to provide the most amount of value using a microphone, which is our phones. That's why Town Sites was created. It was to say, hey, enough chasing leads, enough of all of these little tactics. Just let's talk about where we live, how awesome it is, and all of the things that are there. So
Awesome.
everybody, give me a thumbs up if you get what we do now and why we do what we do.
So let me show you. So let's go. Let me first show the article. So the article came back and let's see here. So here's the article, really nice. Mastering the first time home buyer. So it has a nice couple of paragraphs, bullet points. So it's all SEO optimized article. So it was, I mean, it only took like 2 minutes to do, and that's it. So and then you can set it to post on all your social platforms. So literally it takes no time. That's not even mandatory because we do all this stuff for you, but you can have your Town Sites on steroids and write industry specific articles. You can have your plumber write articles, you can just keep loading it up. So I wanted to show you this. So this is actually my wife's site. So I'm going to click on her image here. And here's an SEO optimized landing page. And so remember how we talked about Google and how important it is? Because people go to Google on purpose. They go to search for people and things, not so much Facebook or other platforms. But here's Julie. So this is a SEO optimized landing page. Everyone gets this. We optimize it. We have all the big keywords all bolded. And then here's where we connect all of your Google reviews. And then there's a spot to leave a review. So you click on that and it'll pop right up. Leave a review is popped right up. And her last review was a week ago. So there you go. So when we have, we also have a tool that automatically sends your past clients reminders to give you reviews, because we spend a lot of time optimizing this. And as I keep scrolling down, here's all the articles that we wrote. Your town site wrote for you. You didn't do this. We did this for you automatically. And you can kind of see, and then we tag that right back to your town site. And we have backlinks to the businesses. So all the more backlinks, the better for optimization. But then I wanted to say, so why the hell are we doing all of this? And this is why. So you go, and for time saving purposes, I just put this in here, dog parks in Northville, boom. Guide to local dog parks. There's an article that we wrote for Julie. So that's simple. Restaurants in Northville, boom, 6 must-try restaurants. So there's another one. So you can kind of see, and then now let's do this. Let's do real estate agents in, let me do Alpena. First on the list. So we do all this for a reason. Everything's all geared towards helping you show up higher. Let me go West Branch. Boom, Julie's #1 on there too. So everything we're doing is for a reason. It all makes sense. You just need to trust the process. We're going to write the content. The content's going to rank. We need to make sure your Google business profile is optimized. It's going to raise your Google business to a high level. And then all the articles are going to start ranking. And then when they start ranking, people are going to find you all over town. Any questions on that at all? It was funny because we have one of our agents is in San Diego. And when I did a demo a couple weeks ago, she showed up first and Chris Heller showed up second. I'm not sure if you guys know who Chris Heller is. He used to be the president of Keller Williams, and he's got a big real estate team. So I know Randy's friends with him, so I think he took a screenshot and sent it to him. So that we got a good laugh there. But any questions at all right now? Because I wanted to show what I wanted to do is I wanted to give away or have something that you guys can take with you. So here is a code to scan. We're going to give you guys a free guide to become the digital mayor of your town. If nothing else happens today, scan this with your phone, and we're going to give you a 27-step guide to be the digital mayor. And we're going to give all step-by-step instructions and ideas for you guys to be successful in doing that. So we'll just give it, 30 seconds for you guys to scan.
Thanks, Lee. And then Randy dropped the link in the chat if you want to grab it and go from there. Lee, I want to talk about leverage, right? Like real estate is a leverage game. That's what it's about. This tool to me is a piece of leverage for your business.
It's a very important piece of leverage, and it's something that people take for granted. But if you're not, you can't, what's the old saying? You can't be a secret agent. And Townsite is going to explode your visibility in your community. And one of the most important things that we didn't even talk about is that it's exclusive to one agent per city, or per community. So once you own your community, it's yours. And no one else can take that community.
I love it. Guys, does everybody have the link? I think we can move on. The links in the chat. I'll ping everybody so everybody gets a notification to grab it.
You know, these are the things that a town site helps with. It's gonna help with lack of online visibility. It's gonna help with time-consuming content creation. It's gonna really help you build your community. Remember, one of the things I showed earlier was that you can add community partners, and we have professional marketing materials to make it super easy for you to be able to do that. We really make it a breeze. We have a Canva ready pieces of material that we customize for you, and you can just send them a PDF, and there's QR codes for them to download to see actual videos and samples. You know, Townsites helps you establish your authority. It's additional revenue generation. So there's so many things that we didn't even talk about. So once you add 3 partners on your site, your town site's free. And then there's no limit to the number of partners you can add. And we have that Puyallup site that I showed you guys earlier. The guy's making between, I think he's making about $3,000 a month on his town site. And what he does with that money is he uses it to put on community events with his partners. You know, beat out your competition. So like I said, there's always that one agent that's all over the place, and you can give them a run for your money. You help with your brand recognition, time management. All of this is done automatically. The only thing that we suggest that you do is write some industry specific articles. Once again, that's not mandatory. And then we help you build a loyal customer base, and we're really a cost efficient marketing cost. I mean, it's very, very efficient. Here's the community partners. We talk about making it a profit center. I'm just going to scroll through some of these slides. And here's Debbie's other avatar video. So I wanted to show you this. So we created this as well. So give this a listen.
Hey there, I'm Debbie's avatar, and I'm the digital face of Discover Alamogordo. I'm here to make sure that anyone looking for the best local spots, events, and all-around hidden gems in Alamogordo can find them in just a few clicks. Whether you're searching for the tastiest tacos, the most beautiful parks, or the coolest local businesses, I've got you covered. And thanks to Town Sites, I'm running smoother than ever, helping both visitors and locals discover everything that makes Alamogordo amazing, without breaking a sweat. But here's the best part. Town Sites Twin isn't just exclusive to me. Yep, you can get your very own avatar to represent you and your community. But don't wait. Town Sites is exclusive to one agent per community. So if you want to claim your spot, now's the time. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this game-changing tool for your business. Hey there.
All right, so that's a sample of the avatar, and there's always a lag when you're playing it over Zoom, but and so what we're doing is we're taking those, we're having you film an avatar, and you can have a number of different looks. You can, now we have motion avatars, which are amazing. You can literally be walking downtown in your downtown, and we'll take that, you know, you just do it like a 1 minute of you talking into your phone, and we'll take you in motion, and you cannot tell that is an avatar at all. It's so lights out. And so what we're going to do with that is we're going to say, you know, just kind of what Debbie's did there. We're going to say, hey, this is Deborah Morrow, and this week I wrote about, you know, the best places to take a date on, you know, in Alamogordo. Click on the link to read the article. And so all of that stuff that you guys know you need to do, you're not doing it. We're going to do it for you, and we're going to also send you the raw files, because we want you to post that on your personal Facebook, not just on the business Facebook, because we can only auto post to your community group, but we're going to give you the ability to take some of these avatar videos and post it to your personal Facebook and your Instagram. So it grows. We also have a voice agent. So we do the Google LSA, which is another whole element of Town Sites, and we do it in phases. Phase 1 is we get your site all up and running and optimized, and then phase 2 is that once some of your articles start ranking and your Google business profile is completely optimized, that's when we work on your AI voice agent. And so this is a sample of the technology that we have that's included with your town site.
Hello, this is Amanda. I'm Julie Moraitis AI assistant. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I'm interested in buying a property.
Great. Are you planning to buy within the next 2 to 3 months?
Yes.
Awesome. Let me grab some quick info and I'll transfer you to Julie right away. May I have your first and last name, please?
Before I give you that, can you tell me a little bit about Julie's experience?
Julie is a licensed real estate agent in Michigan with a large team that can handle transactions across all 50 states. She's got the experience and resources to help you find the perfect property. Now, may I have your first and last name, please?
One last question. Can you tell me about her Google reviews?
Julie has a strong reputation with positive reviews on Google, reflecting her dedication and expertise in real estate. People appreciate her personalized service and attention to detail. Now, could I have your first and last name, please?
Sure. Name is Alex Wilson.
Thanks, Alex. Could I also have your phone number in case we get disconnected?
Yes, 248-586-2154.
Got it. Thank you, Alex. Let me connect you with Julie on a live call right now. Please hold for just a moment.
So that's a sample of our AI voice agent that you get once you go to phase 2, which is the LSA. And you don't need any call center or anything. You have a full transcript of every call. And one of the most important things is that you get 100% pickup rate, and that's one of the things that determines how well you rank. And so we handle all of that for you. Any other questions before I get into the pricing? I'm going to stop share right there.
Lee, I would love if you kind of bring this full circle, right? Like in the world we live in today, that's filled with digital marketing, ads, Google, AI, all of these things. There's a lot of components, in my opinion. One of the reasons I got so excited about town sites in traditional websites that are built, and or some websites that are built with tools like Lofty, they're missing components, and they're missing components for community engagement. And that's what I think is so strong about town sites is it takes the concept of SOI and takes it up 100-fold almost, right? Like it's leverage. It's the ability to execute newsletters on demand and have your website working for you for ranking, like you showed us with Julie stuff to return results. It's the ability to have the AI tools built in, even like the voice note that you just played right now. It's the qualification of avatars to personalize the experience. I think in my experience, like there's a lot that can be overwhelming, but the solution that Town Sites provides for agents, if you had to kind of put that in a box, what would that be?
Well, we break everything down into like 3 phases, because if you look at what we provide, you can be overwhelmed and say, oh my gosh, there's so many components to town sites. But phase 1 is your onboarding. So we find out a little bit about you and your community. It's very simple. And then we have you help us with links of where we would find local information. And so you provide us in phase 1, hey, the city hall has a really good website that has all the local events. So you provide us with a couple of those links. And then we take all of the stuff that you give us and we build this hyper local site, and our bots scrape all of those websites every 24 hours. And we come up with what information do we feel that your community will want to know about. And we take that and we start pumping out the content, and we pump it out in the form of articles. Then we also pump it out in the form of social posts as well. And it's all automatically done. And then once that phase is done, we make sure that all the content we write has long form SEO keywords. And this is the stuff where people's like get totally lost because like, so we're looking for all the opportunities and our software does that for you. So we, you know, real estate agent in Northville, Michigan is a really difficult term to rank for, but single family homes or, you know, like there's other longer form words that we search and our software says, hey, there's opportunity to this will rank. And then we're going to write articles around those things. Because how many times have you typed in, you don't just type in 2 words. A lot of times when you're typing on Google, you type an entire sentence. And then that's what a long form keyword is. And that rings, and those are a lot more easier to rank for. And so that's what we focus on. We focus on the long form keywords where you're going to capture the top 3 or 4 positions on certain topics. We're not going to go for the one that everyone else is going for and there's people spending thousands of dollars on. We're going to go for all of the ones that we feel that you're going to rank for. And we do all of that automatically. And you would need to have a $600 piece of software, SEMrush, to just have an entry-level account just to be able to do that one thing. And that's without writing articles, newsletter, like all these other different components of town sites. So that's phase 1. You just provide us with some information, and that's really the hardest part. Phase 2 is you just share your site. You try to you share your Facebook community page. You try to have people know that, hey, this is my town site. You know, this is what I'm doing. You put it on your email signature so people, you know, click on it and, you know, and share the post to your personal page and get people to click on it. Because this is all about a ranking game. You want to get as many people as possible to click on any of those articles or links, because all of those articles we're writing for you, the more clicks, the more they're going to rank. Phase 3, once you're ranked and then we focus on your Google business profile. We're going to make sure that that is completely optimized. We're going to tear it apart. We're going to make sure that it has the highest possible score in organic ranking. And then once we feel that it's a high enough score in ranking, then we're gonna have you go to our phase 3, which is our Google local service ads. And that is where you're going to start seeing dozens of high quality leads a month that are going to choose you for a number of reasons. Number 1, because you're going to rank in the top 5 positions. But number 2 is people don't just click on you and choose you. They click on you and they research you first. And if you have stuff that's about you and you're like, the people are like, oh my gosh, this person knows all about, you know, Memphis, Tennessee, or whatever, they're going to choose you over somebody else. And this is great for people that are in, you know, relocation areas and things like that. You know, because people don't know who to use and they're going to, you know, choose Google even more when it comes to stuff like that. But, and then the other thing is get your contacts receiving the digital newsletter. It's a must, because the more people that you send that weekly newsletter to, the more people that are going to click on your articles. And then when people then eventually what happens when people are looking for, you know, things to do in Puyallup, your main website that's the goal, is to get the main website to show up, not just the articles we wrote. And then once that happens, you are officially the digital mayor of your town.
I love it. Thanks for going through that, Lee. We can get back to your slides if you want to wrap it up and get into Q&A.
Yeah. So cost, what would you guys think, you know, if you added everything up individually, we'd be talking about $5,000 a month. But because I'm such a good guy, town site is only $4.95 a month. And remember that what's amazing about this is it costs you $4.95 a month. And if you bring a community partner on, if you bring your lender on, you know, hey, I'm giving my lender 2 deals a month or 6 deals a year. Hey, why don't you be a community partner and join my town site? they're going to pay $199 a month, and that's going to go towards your $495. So once you bring on 3 partners, let's say you bring your title company on, your lender on, your home stager, your a plumber, a roofing company, your town site is free. And so we did this on purpose because in my last company that I had, I saw people struggling making payments, and I said, the next company that I start, I'm gonna create something that is not a financial burden. Not only are we going to have them make money off of it and be successful, but I wanted it to be a profit center, and that's was one of the key components of town sites. So here's the QR code. Remember, it's 1 agent per community, and there's a $695 setup fee, but I'm giving $200 off today, so it's only $495 right now, and then $495 a month. So you're going to want to scan that and make sure that your community is available. And once, like I said, once your community's gone, it's gone. And so we really, we really came out of beta the end of January. So there's still, we have about 220 sites across the country. And our trajectory is to be at between 500 and 750, by fall. And then I'm shooting for 1,000 communities by the end of the year.
Lee, if somebody has questions and wants to book a call to go over their city or what some of the options are, is that an option?
Absolutely. So I'm going to put my link to schedule a meeting with me personally in the chat. So that's my link for me. So if you have any questions, or you're not sure if your community's taken, or any questions you might have, I'd be more than happy to have a half-hour meeting with you. Oh, once somebody buys your community, or once no one else can own that same territory. So that's what I mean by when I'm saying when it's gone, it's gone. It's like no one else can. You're basically locking out your competitors.
So the goal is for you to acquire your town site, become the mayor of your town using your community so that you guys have the leverage of being seen, getting found, and having visibility above everybody else.
I'm more than happy to answer any other questions if anybody has any.
Yeah. We can go ahead and stop the screen share and
Yep.
see if we can answer some questions.
Yeah, and you can go to townsites.com, and then you can check for your community there as well.
Any questions,
You guys
guys?
are all experts on you're all digital mayor experts. Come on, there's no such thing as a dumb question. I'd be more than happy to answer anything that you have.
I have a
So, Lee,
question. Oh, sorry.
no, go for it.
I'm driving, so I'm on speaker. The affiliates, if we get people to join, are they all $199?
Yes, so there is a $99 option if
Okay.
it's like a hairstylist or someone that can't afford the $199. So you can either charge $199 or $99. So there's 2 options, but most we just really promote the $199.
Okay, so I'm thinking about an insurance company type deal.
We have quite a few insurance companies on. Oh, and here's the other part that's pretty amazing is that we don't just sign your partners up and throw them on the site and say good luck. We optimize your partner's Google business profile, and we give them access to the interviewer tool. And if you guys saw how I wrote that article for Debbie real quick, and they're going to have industry specific articles that are going to post to your town site as a co-contributor. And they're also going to syndicate to their Google business profile and to their LinkedIn profile. So that's the other thing is all your articles will go to LinkedIn as well. So anything you write, anything that we do, if you have it connected, it'll go to LinkedIn. It'll go to your Instagram. It'll go to your YouTube. If you do it like the avatar videos will go to YouTube Shorts. So we're going to connect with any platform you have connected. We'll send content to. Somebody had a question about Oh yeah, we do have an awesome partner overview. Somebody had a question about San Diego. We do have some parts of San Diego available. What specifically were you looking for?
Jim, are you available to chat with us? Central San Diego.
Yeah, I think that we just San Diego's broken into like 4 or 5 different areas. So book a meeting with me and we'll go through it and we'll figure something out for you.
So Lee, there's a question in the chat that says, do local real estate statistics show up as well?
That's a great question. So we do not pull the local real estate statistics currently. But one of the things that we are working on is that there's a couple websites where you can get free statistics. If you provide us with those statistics, we will turn your avatar and do a market report video once a month. And that's one of the things that we just need to, we've been talking about doing it for a while and we just need to execute that, but it's something that within the next 60 to 90 days will be a reality.
Excellent. There's another one that says, can we send videos in or have our avatar create videos for us if we want those in there?
Yes. So all you need to do, like once you do your first avatar, you can do up to 10 additional avatars. And we're going to tell you, you're going to want to do one where you're walking downtown. I have one where I'm driving in my car and it's like so amazing. You cannot tell that there's no way you can tell it's an avatar. And just tell us the script of what you want us to write and we'll write that for you. We want to make it as easy for you as possible. And we'll eventually have that on the dashboard. But right now, we know that you're busy selling real estate and we don't want you to feel like our product is a burden at all. So we want it to be something that works behind the scenes.
Awesome. What other questions do we got, guys? Don't be shy about
I know
looking.
Sam's got a question. I can tell she's thinking. I'm going to pick on you, Sam.
You unmuted and then muted yourself right back, Sam.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
My struggle is I'm kind of a small community, so I service multiple areas, right? So Oxford is where I live and work, but then I also go to Lapeer and I also go to Lake Orion and Clarkston. And so like trying to narrow it down, I'm just looking at the availability list, like what makes sense.
Sam, that's a great question, but I'm gonna be straight with you. You don't need some huge territory.
Right.
And we allow you to, so when we onboard you, tell us what other communities around your existing community you live in, and we will pull content from those other communities because we know that because you live in Oxford, we know you're never, you're not ever going to leave Oxford. We know that you're going to go to surrounding communities. And if there's things happening in other communities, we will pick those things up and we will write about those things.
Okay.
And then the other thing is I was thinking, because of Oxford Strong, that tragedy that happened a couple of years ago, that's when I think of Oxford, I think of that. You do get one free nonprofit that you can put on your site that they do not have to pay anything. And one of the key things that we see is that pick a charity that your community can really gather around and get support, because that's going to really help you with your community site.
Sure. It looks like Oxford is taken, but Lake Orion isn't. So it's like they touch.
I think Oxford is available.
Oh, it says
it's reserved for. It was reserved for somebody.
Okay.
And I think her deadline might have passed, but I know specifically because I know the person. She's actually in Epic. So.
Okay. Well, I have a meeting with my partner tomorrow, so we're going to talk about this.
Okay, and then make sure you make sure you take my link and schedule a meeting with me.
I got it.
Awesome.
Had it. There it is. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here today, everybody. All right,
Any
guys.
last questions?
Yeah, any last questions?
I have a quick one. I'm in a small town called Northport in Florida. It's in Sarasota County. The news and the attractions are from the beach communities, from Venice and Nokomis. And can you pull from something that's not adjacent? Can you pull something that's from a more populated area in terms of events?
Yes, you can.
That's great. Thank you.
And so how far is Northport from Sarasota? It's a community within Sarasota?
Yeah, it's 20 minutes to Venice, which is the beach area. And
Okay.
there's two, and Venice has got two areas, on island and off. And then you go north for about another 15 minutes, and then there's the city of Sarasota and the surrounding areas. That's where all the action is. That's
Okay.
where the events are.
Well, why don't you just choose Sarasota?
Because I do most of my selling in Northport, and that's
Okay.
where I live, probably because I'm more of the community there. But I mean, that's something that I'm thinking about, actually. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm better off it.
schedule a meeting with me and we can go through it. And then, since you said Northport,
Yes.
you said Northport's a really small community?
It's a larger city, but the community that I'm in is a golf community, and that's about only 800 people, and
Okay.
that's pretty much what I work. But
Yeah, just schedule a meeting with me. We can come up with a solution where maybe we can combine a couple areas together for you. And
sounds
that's
good.
true
Thank
for
you.
anybody that, we're not going to nickel and dime you if there's a community that, if you feel like your community is too small or whatever, we'd be more than willing to work with you guys to make something work. Especially now because we're working on a whole marketing plan. So still not many people really know about us right now. And we're going to have a couple of really big organizations that are going to be helping us, kind of grow nationally. So now would be your time to really lock in and just schedule a meeting with me, and we'll see what we can do to figure something out.
We gonna get a recording of this that I can kind of highlight some of these things with my partner tomorrow?
It will definitely be on our YouTube channel by tomorrow, and I'll see if I can't get, my VA does all of that. I'll see if I can't get him to post it even sooner.
Perfect. Thanks, Debbie.
You bet.
Guys, Lee, what do you want to leave everybody with?
My final thoughts of the day are it's tough out there right now, and things are going to be getting better. And what better way to kind of position yourself than to really be to really stand out. And where a lot of people are not doing anything, they're just digging their head in the sand. Now's the time where you need to invest in your community, invest in your business, and really, I'm just shocked that more people don't realize that it's just by adding a couple partners. If you can add 2 partners in the first 30 days, your site costs, all the stuff that we're doing for you is $140 a month. It's just kind of mind blowing, that, so take advantage of finding a couple partners and get your city locked in while you can, because this product is really going to help you stand out. And I've seen there's things I can't talk about that we're adding. Ray, I mentioned something a little bit earlier. It's we have a traffic generator that we're adding to the sites that are going to really drive even more traffic than we're already doing right now. So we have a lot of really cool things that are in the works that, once you're in, you're in. You don't have to pay more, but you know, we're testing a product, a version of Town Sites in Arizona to a couple small people, a couple small communities, and that's $1,200 a month, not the $495. But but you guys will be grandfathered in at the $495 right now.
I love it. If there's no more questions, guys, we'll give you your day back. Lee, Randy, thank you so much for joining us. And like Debbie said, we'll get that video edited and shot up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and schedule a meeting with me, and we can go through it, and we'll figure out what works best for you.
Great, thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Thank you, Lee. Thanks,
you.
Randy.
Thank you.
See you guys.